The world is seeing the radioactive fallout in real time as the ultimate corporate throne of the global music ecosystem has just officially crumbled into complete smoldering wreckage. When high-security family court documents revealed yesterday afternoon that Sean Jay-Z Carter had officially filed for a multi-billion-dollar divorce from Beyoncé Knowles Carter, the fundamental structural underpinnings of the entertainment business were irrevocably destroyed. This is not your average Hollywood breakup. The single most brutal operator in hip-hop history, music, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, carried off an absolutely nuclear-level act of digital sabotage that caused a catastrophic geopolitical upheaval in the pop cultural environment. A highly classified red stamp surveillance recording that came from the deepest vault of the notorious, music, locked Star Island Mansion archives has purportedly been released by the GNID General, accomplishing the seemingly impossible. A recording that clearly puts the music industry's queen at the heart of the dispute. The actual receipts have been distributed. The legal teams are fully engaged. The leading untouchable power couple in Hollywood has officially passed away. And right now, corporate boardrooms and the highest echelons of global wealth are being torn apart by the dark shockwaves. The alarming multi-million-dollar asset division papers and the secret, panicked communications case hopping between their management teams were recently disclosed by an unnamed source deeply ingrained in the upscale family court division. Stay tuned for the next few minutes as we reveal the high-stakes corporate secrets that will soon be revealed to the public, the hidden audio tracks, and the precise chronology of the luxury lounge altercation that ended their marriage. You can't afford to take a single, fleeting glance away. You must acknowledge that Jay-Z and Beyoncé were not treated as mere musicians over the past 20 years in order to fully comprehend the utter seriousness of the complete structural destruction taking place in front of our eyes. Music, they functioned as an independent corporate state. They were the creators of the contemporary music business, and they were completely untouchable. A billion-dollar marriage machine based on the ideas of complete cultural domination, complete seclusion, and perfect perfection. A stronghold of expensive publicists, top-tier private security, and unbreakable corporate non-disclosure agreements kept their history completely hidden from the public. The entertainment business as a whole followed a silent, unspoken rule for music years. The Carters are not touched by you. Jay-Z and Beyoncé kept a chilly, calculated distance from the typical celebrity rumor mill, while other iconic musicians and legacy moguls had their personal lives dissected by online blogs and media sites. They created a hyper-curated story of billionaire extravagance, creative brilliance, and total marital unity while residing behind the tall, reinforced gates of their $200 million Malibu mega home. Music, their brand was a real currency, a financial machine that dominated stadiums, premium liquor companies, high-end fashion lines, and streaming networks all over the world. But years earlier, a deadly, silent ticking clock had been put in action under the immaculate golden shine of their corporate empire. Music, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson was the man with the detonator. Following the enormous federal searches and the ensuing high-profile judicial sentence of the Bad Boy Records estates, 50 Cent did what he has always done best, while the rest of the music business went silent out of pure corporate panic. He turned the mayhem into a weapon. He wasn't only a spectator. Music, in order to methodically map out every A-list asset that had ever come into contact with those contentious lifestyle circles, he initiated an extremely aggressive and thorough digital intelligence effort. With his widely reported media actions and announcements of documentary projects, 50 Cent's psychological warfare against the industry's elite reached a complete boiling point. However, 50 Cent consistently hinted that his production crew was sitting on a separate, much more radioactive vault of unredacted material as the globe watched the entertainment industry's outer rings panic. He posted cryptic comments on social media, showed extremely detailed, blurry flight logs from private terminals, and continuously made fun of the industry's highest-paid power couple's desperate PR stunts. The Carters made significant appearances at prestigious events like the Met Gala and staged enormous anniversary concert festivities at Yankee Stadium to remind the world of their legacy, all while attempting to put up a unified face for the public. Their inner circle's structural pressure had reached a catastrophic breaking point. They genuinely thought that their elite political ties and billions of wealth would offer an impenetrable defense against the impending storm. Webb, hola hola, calm, but they fundamentally miscalculated 50 Cent's brutal, musical, unwavering discipline. He didn't want to follow the conventional guidelines of business diplomacy, nor did he want a corporate takeover. He was only waiting for the ideal opportunity to have the biggest influence on the worldwide market. And that time came yesterday when he disclosed the last absolute receipt that deprived Jay-Z of the throne and compelled him to start the most costly and contentious divorce process in human history. At precisely 3:45 p.m., the historic explosion went off over the digital world. The whole internet infrastructure was totally paralyzed by music yesterday afternoon. Before being aggressively cross-ossed to 50 Cent's personal media platforms, it began on an underground, extremely protected digital hosting platform. A 30-second forensic snippet of extremely limited surveillance footage from a private late-night event in March 2014 within a remote high-security mansion property made up the leak. The footage's visual clarity was unquestionable, horrifying, and music. Standing in the middle of an inner-circle celebrity gathering, Beyoncé Knowles Carter's unredacted, unambiguous identify was taken by a camera positioned at a high angle from a luxurious private lounge area. High-contrast strobe lighting, displays of luxury lifestyle brands, and prominent industry people who have been vehemently denying they ever attended these exclusive gatherings for the last 6 months created a tumultuous scene within the room. The video depicted more than simply a typical celebrity gathering. It unmistakably captured extremely delicate, contentious exchanges and unredacted financial talks that utterly destroyed Beyoncé's perfectly manicured, immaculate image that she had spent 2 decades cultivating on the international scene. With an astounding 10 million views in less than 40 minutes, the video went viral on the World Wide Web and crashed the servers of several well-known entertainment news sites. The industry experienced rapid, chilling terror as a result of the shockwaves. This wasn't a cheap AI-generated fake or a blurry paparazzi shot. It was a tangible, time-stamped piece of tangible proof that was taken directly from a very secure, locked music repository. However, the first really catastrophic historical turn in this whole developing catastrophe then occurred. A turn of events that turned a big PR disaster into a completely irreversible domestic execution. An emergency leak from a prestigious Manhattan-based corporate law firm claims that Jay-Z did not start a multi-million-dollar defense effort to protect his wife from the public music outcry. He really took the exact opposite action. A group of powerful red-stamped corporate divorce attorneys representing Sean Carter marched straight into a high-security family court clerk's office in California to submit a hefty 450-page official dissolution of marriage petition less than 2 hours after the footage appeared online. A terrifying tidbit surfaced from the legal papers language when the leaked docket numbers started aggressively spreading among prominent financial writers. There was more to the divorce petition than the conventional irreconcilable differences. Music, Jay-Z's legal team has specifically attached the leaked 50C video asset to the court file as an exhibit, using the highly contentious footage as the primary physical legal basis to permanently invalidate the unbreakable post-nuptial financial agreements that previously shielded Beyoncé's access to their joint $3 billion business empire. According to the leaked court memos, the plan was crystal clear, icy, and completely surgical. Jay-Z wasn't simply leaving the marriage because he was embarrassed in front of others. Music, in order to prevent her management team from initiating a legal counterattack, he was aggressively leveraging the leak to implement an instant, complete financial freeze of her company assets. The power couple fought for complete business survival rather than simply breaking up. The disastrous consequences of the court filing extended beyond the high-security court dockets. The whole global media ecosystem had become a total battle zone by midnight. Every major streaming network was completely paralyzed by the trending hashtags #TheCarterDivorce, #50CentLeaks, and #TheArch2014 tape, which amassed an incredible 15 million posts as fans and forensic analysts frantically tried to identify every single famous face visible in the background of the leaked surveillance clip. Then followed the second, totally unanticipated sequence of events that made music, this internal conflict, into a massive international entertainment brand emergency. Music, three different extremely secretive offshore holding companies based out of the Cayman Islands, abruptly started a massive coordinated liquidation of over $400 million in premium music catalog shares and luxury real estate assets in the 4 hours immediately following Jay-Z's formal court filing, according to a rapid series of verified financial transaction logs published by a verified, highly respected corporate intelligence account on X. The joint business organization that Jay-Z and Beyoncé co-owned was the source of the enormous liquidation. The connotation was obvious, horrifying, and indisputable. Music, before the public could even comprehend the truth of the divorce, the billion-dollar financial framework that had kept their combined empire together for 20 years, was being methodically, ruthlessly pulled apart in the shadows. A well-known mainstream news organization claimed to have gotten an anonymous tip from an inside circle source near the Gunnet General's media camp within minutes of this financial reveal. A catastrophic secondary bombshell was dropped by the insider. The 50 Cent's team had already foreseen this particular financial crisis. According to reports, they had obtained the complete, unaltered 3-hour version of the 2014 surveillance footage. Thus, the present 30-second disclosure was really a little tactical warning. High-ranking corporate label CEOs and tech millionaires are allegedly seen co-signing luxury transaction receipts music inside the exclusive venue in the complete video. The response from the most prestigious venues in the entertainment industry quickly erupted into public discourse. Speaking to a major entertainment magazine under stringent circumstances of complete secrecy, a well-known talent agency executive vehemently denounced 50 Cent's aggressive methods, calling them a risky and unprecedented execution of the celebrity industry. Curtis Jackson's actions from yesterday went beyond simply criticizing a marriage. It is a methodical, very intentional dismantling of the music industry's financial foundations. Major lifestyle brands, streaming services, and worldwide entertainment contracts have suffered instant catastrophic harm as a result of his exploitation of a disclosed sensitive surveillance asset to force a multi-billion-dollar business divorce on a global scale. Music, the whole hip-hop luxury industry, will collapse by the end of the week if the networks and regulatory bodies don't intervene to stop its dissemination. The executive statements were filled with sheer, unadulterated terror. However, the digital momentum proved inexorable. Early this morning, a series of extremely anxious, worried, text conversations purportedly written between a high-ranking streaming network executive and a famed lifestyle brand CEO were published by an underground celebrity news network. The A-list community's genuine level of desperation was revealed through text chains full with frenzied punctuation and terrified business jargon. The complete 3-hour master file from March 2014 is with him. To safeguard his own ledger, Jay has severed all connections and secured the assets. The value of our whole foreign stock will vanish from the market if 50 releases the next segment of that tape that has the co-signer signatures from that evening. Before the next breach occurs, we must immediately freeze her accounts. Officially, the story had gotten out of hand. The most dramatic credibility and financial crisis that contemporary Hollywood has ever witnessed had been effectively sparked by the secret party tape. The audience throughout the world was no longer merely anticipating a typical news release. They were seeing the live digital execution of a multi-billion-dollar empire in which the hunter controlled all aspect of music distribution. The enormous weight of this developing historical catastrophe has entirely brutally shattered the worldwide hip-hop community, the pop world, and the larger international corporate environment. With over 20 million people actively participating in intense, never-ending discussions on the complete devastation of the Carter legacy, social media timelines have turned into an outright digital battleground. On the one hand, the Gunnet General is being hailed as the ultimate cultural executioner by a sizable and fervent fan base. They saw the 50 Cent's leak as a historic, long-awaited win for complete truth and openness in a sector that for the past 20 years has been infamous for concealing its worst business transgressions behind pricey attorneys, intimidation of the media, and unbreakable non-disclosure agreements. For decades, the mainstream media and federal courts were too afraid to do what 50 Cent just accomplished. With a single 30-second receipt, he defeated the most powerful and untouchable pair in music history. He destroyed the illusion of perfection forever. Give this man a Lifetime Achievement Award today. A post on XRED that went viral and received over 100,000 posts in less than 3 hours. On the other hand, Beyoncé's enormous worldwide fan base, music, legacy artist management, and an increasingly vocal set of industry traditionalists are waging a fierce, well-coordinated counterattack against the leak. Music. They contend that, in order to increase streaming metrics, algorithm numbers, and global digital clout, 50 Cent is actively stepping over a risky, malevolent moral and professional line by using an unauthorized private surveillance asset to publicly destroy a family, break up a historic marriage, music, and jeopardize the career of a legendary woman. The major players in the sector are caught in a terrible, silent crossfire. Music, utterly scared to make a mistake on camera or take a stance that would ruin their own business partnerships. Music, well-known podcasters and media pundits are devoting hours to analyzing each frame of the released surveillance footage in an effort to precisely predict the financial and legal consequences of the impending divorce lawsuit. In front of more than 400,000 continuous music viewers, DJ academics went live, exposing the utterly disastrous scope of the impending industry meltdown. The level of historical math that is currently going on behind the scenes is beyond your comprehension. This is not your typical celebrity divorce. The greatest financial monopoly in pop culture history has literally collapsed. We are talking about multi-billion-dollar international entertainment contracts disappearing in 48 hours if Jay-Z fully separates his capital from her brand and 50 Cent distributes the entire 3-hour master file with the unredacted corporate names. The labels are in a frenzy. The banks are in a frenzy. Academics said angrily, throwing his palms down on his streaming desk, no one on the A-list is safe in 2026. Cultural critics are aggressively and viciously re-examining even the unwritten norms of the rap scene. The dynamic of hip-hop conflict has been successfully altered by 50 Cent, according to commentary outlets. He can now destroy his old foes without going into a recording studio to produce a diss tune. He merely allows the high-class divorce courts to do him irreversible physical harm by leaking a physical timestamp surveillance asset. When the old guard realizes that the culture's norms of interaction have irreversibly altered, it shakes its head in shock. Precisely at 2:30 p.m. Legal experts, business attorneys, and Wall Street observers are utterly stunned by this afternoon's abrupt change of the whole historical narrative into a third, entirely unprecedented direction. An extremely private internal audit report was leaked to a well-known worldwide financial news network by a senior corporate compliance officer employed by a prestigious multinational banking syndicate. The enormous 450-page divorce petition submitted by Jay-Z's legal team yesterday afternoon in reaction to the 50 Cent's video leak was not created, according to the audit report bearing the highest level of federal security marks. The amazing, horrible reality. The whole divorce petition and the financial asset freeze measures were discreetly and carefully planned more than 8 months earlier in late 2025, long before the surveillance footage ever appeared on the public internet timeline, according to the digital metadata in the official court files. Carefully let that sink in. This indicates that the 50 Cent video that was leaked yesterday afternoon did not catch Jay-Z off guard. It really suggests a far more complex, high-stakes business partnership. A growing number of legal experts are now publicly speculating that Jay-Z's team had been working in secret with the 50 Cent's media production syndicate, waiting for the ideal international media moment to release the tape so he could carry out his prearranged financial exit strategy with complete legal immunity. However, this is the last and most terrifying information that was revealed only minutes ago. A discovery that fundamentally alters the worldwide investigation stakes. The particular file numbers encoded in the leaked March 2014 surveillance footage match an ongoing, highly classified federal grand jury inquiry into corporate racketeering and worldwide offshore asset hiding, according to a technical court clerk employed by the U.S. District Court. This indicates that 50 Cent's secret Diddy party tape, which was made public yesterday afternoon, is more than just filthy celebrity rumors. By making this particular file publicly available through 50 Cent's media infrastructure, it is a crucial piece of tangible evidence in an ongoing federal criminal prosecution. Before the federal grand jury can formally indict the joint corporate entity, Jay-Z's legal team has effectively utilized the public internet to initiate a permanent, irrevocable asset freeze. The ramifications are just astounding. Music, a leaked recording wasn't the only reason